So that one's done, and I'm glad because it was a good game. It was fun. Good supermassive games. Kind of choose your own adventure horror game, right? We've been playing the Metaphor demo, Metaphor Refantasio, the next major RPG from Atlas, and that comes out in less than a week on the 11th of October. We're now playing Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, right? We're about 4.5 hours into that, and if you look at the game, we're probably about roughly halfway through it. And we're juggling some fighting games right now, correct? That's really what we're doing right now. And of course, WWE Champions a couple times a week as well. So everything's been going pretty good in that regard, all right? But there have been questions about, now that I am, no exaggeration, something like 10, 12 hours into the Metaphor demo. Actually, how long did I actually play it? So it was 9 parts. Why can't I find it? Oh, because it didn't, because my page, hold on a second, because my page didn't update. Fresh here, sorry guys. No wonder. There we go. So I did 9 parts of the Metaphor demo, okay, but 2 or 3 of the parts are like 90 minutes long. So actually, I played the demo about 12 hours right now. Okay, so 12 hours into this Metaphor Refantasio demo, and you might be like, wait, what? 12 hours in? That's incredibly long for a demo. Yeah, it is. The demo is super long, all right? And we haven't even finished it yet. Like, we're actually in the kind of the final parts of the demo, the final dungeon of it. And people were saying if I played about 90 more minutes, I would complete the demo, okay? Now, the burning question is, am I playing Metaphor when it actually comes out on October 11th? Because I played the demo, and I've been telling you a lot of stuff about this, right? What do I like and what do I not like about it? Mostly I like it. I think that Metaphor is an improvement on Persona, has amazing graphics, great gameplay elements, right? That are actually much better than what I felt Persona was. I think there's a lot of improvements. The story I particularly like better than Persona's. It doesn't have that teen angsty school kind of plot line. Instead, it's more serious medieval stuff going on. I like the lore of the world, right? So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But there's a problem. I cannot get people to come to my streams to watch JRPGs anymore, all right? Not to say that this hasn't been an ongoing issue. It definitely has been. This has been something for like 5 to 10 years. Whenever I play a JRPG, people run for the hills. There's been some exceptions. For example, early on when I was playing the Yakuza games, people actually liked the fact that I was playing them because there weren't a lot of like English-speaking people who played Yakuza at the time. I was one of the first to be like a playthrough guy who was doing Yakuza on their channel. But what's happened is Yakuza has exploded in popularity, and now there's 1 million people doing it, right? Same thing with like me playing Persona. People wanted to see me play Persona 4, and I did. Then they wanted to see me play Persona 3, so I did. Then they wanted to see me play Persona 5, so I did. But now, we're so many years later removed from Persona 5, right? And other JRPG playthroughs that I've done over the years. Dragon Quest 11, one of my favorite playthroughs of all time. No lie. But even then, I didn't get a lot of attendance and viewership. But luckily, there were a few people who would come by and support it like every time I played it. So it kind of made it viable, right? But yeah, if you take a look at all the games that I've been playing recently, fighting games, WWE Champions, horror-themed games, and now Metaphor. Metaphor is by far the underperforming game. I can barely hold 200 viewers when I'm playing it. And when I play it, basically, I just can't get support. I'm just being honest, you know? It's like, I mention it, some people will support early on, and then I get like an hour in, and that's it. It's dead. And like, wow, really? Like, every other game, you get people who come by, they want to see it, you know? This game is like, I can't get any support at all. And I want you to understand that everything I do is not based on support levels, okay? That's not true. There's been tons of games over the years where I have balanced an underperforming game with a bunch of overperforming games. And because of that, it balanced out and it allowed me to play games that maybe normally I wouldn't have played, or to play a game that I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of attendance or support for, but it's one that I really like, right? But here's the problem with Metaphor, okay? It's 100 hours long. This is not like a 20 or 40-hour game where, okay, I'll play it for a few weeks and it's not going to do very well, and I know that. So I'll get through it and like it. and then move on. This game would linger and linger and linger if I choose to play it. For example, since this is going to be an underperforming game, and I know it is, this would be a game that I would do exclusively for night streams, and I'd probably play it twice a week. My night streams average around 2 hours of gameplay per stream. So if I play it twice a week at 2 hours, that's 4 hours of gameplay a week. That's 16 hours of gameplay a month. That means 32 hours in 2 months, 48 hours in 3 months. Do you see what I'm getting at here? It's going to take me like 5+ months to beat Metaphor. Now, even among a small viewer base, how many of the 200 people who come by to watch it live are going to continue to watch it 4 months in when everyone else has already played through and beaten it, right? It's just, for me, if this game were shorter or faster paced, or if it did have more attendance and support, I probably would have bought it. And you want to know the truth? I'm very happy that this had a demo, because this is a situation where if I hadn't played the demo, I might have gung-ho ran forward and bought the game. And I probably would have started playing it on the streams, and we would have done the amount of gameplay I've done in it right now. We would have played like 12 hours, and no one would have been around anymore. And I would have been like, oh, crap, I bought the game and no one wants to see it. And then I would have had to drop it, and everyone would have complained, why did you buy and drop this game? Just another JRPG you quit, right? In this case, because we were given the demo, and the demo was very meaty, we were able to see what it is, and we were able to see how it performed. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to play it. All right? And I want you to understand, this actually hurts me to say that. I want to play Metaphor, but I have to do what's best for the viewers and for the business. It's not just about my personal desires of what I want to do. All right? And that's a tough decision for me to make, because when there's a game like this that I'm actually really enjoying, and I want to share that joy with my audience, it's a shame to say I have to, skip something. But at this point, I just don't think it's possible. A game, it's too long, and it just isn't getting enough interest. If it were a 20, 30-hour game and it wasn't getting a lot of interest, I'd probably tough through it and do it. 100 hours, I can't sacrifice 5 months of night streams for a game no one's going to turn up for. Okay? Maybe things will change long-term in the future. Maybe something will happen. I don't know. But it just seems like JRPGs this year were doomed to be cursed or something. It didn't matter which one I played. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma, Metaphor, right? They all flopped. Everyone flopped. So I don't know what else to say. Other games didn't, right? Other games did fine. It's only this JRPG style of game has been the ongoing problem this year. And that's sad, right? So I'm sorry for that, but I'm just being honest and transparent with all of you. I would much rather make the decision now than buy the game, play it, and then have to drop it once I've already kind of started committing to it. I'm so happy I had a demo, all right? Now, I hope that all of you out there who love JRPGs like me enjoy Metaphor. Really. Maybe this is the kind of game that if I did play games offline as well as online, I would play through Metaphor. I don't have time. I'm streaming all day long here. That's my job. And when I'm not streaming, I don't want to be playing video games. I want to disconnect from playing video games because I do it so much anyway. So I don't want to be now playing more games. All right? So I guess I'm just going to have to listen to how you guys enjoy it and try to enjoy it. What do they say? If you enjoy something through someone else, I forget there's a word for that, right? And that's what I'm going to have to do. And what's funny is people are probably going to be, oh, it's game of the year. I believe you. I really liked the 12 hours I played of it. I could definitely see this being my game of the year if I played it. I just don't, I can't do it. I can't commit 100 hours to a game no one's going to show up for. All right? Understand when I say no one's going to show up for it, that's an exaggeration, a generalization. I can't commit 100 hours to a game that I'm going to get an incredibly small audience for. Let's put it that way. All right? When you talk about like Baldur's Gate 3, the reason that playthrough worked was because the dedicated audience that showed up every time and supported the streams like crazy. Okay? Being honest, if we didn't get that level of support, I wouldn't have been playing it that long. Do you understand? In the case of Metaphor, we're 12 hours in and we got a dead stream where no one's caring or supporting. So the demo really did this for me. It got me to the right level of understanding what was going to happen. Okay? And someone is saying, oh, I'll donate it. It's not about donating the game. It's the time. It's the time commitment. 100 hours of my streams that's going to have low attendance and very low support is not going to work. Again, if this is my hobby, if I was filthy rich, I'd play whatever I wanted. I'm not filthy rich. This is a business, and I need to find the things that you want to watch and attend and support. Metaphor ain't it. All right? It's just not. All the other games I've been playing recently are doing better than Metaphor. So I've made the decision. I hope it's the right one. I apologize. So now let's talk about the schedule for the week.